Hey everyone, it's your girl TeraMichelle. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Scents, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Today's video and the next few videos actually are going to be me venturing off into new fragrances. So I will be doing a lot of testing to see if there's anything I want to add to my collection. So if you're interested in testing new fragrances with me, let's jump right into the video. First up, we're going to be talking about a new release from the House of Yves Saint Laurent, and this is Black Opium Illicit Green. Now, this is just a travel size, of course. What to say? I'm just going to go ahead. I don't even know I'm getting ready to spray this. Full disclosure, I'm putting on my Opinionated Scents hat. Let me just read the notes to you guys. This is supposed to have fig leaf, green mandarin, pear, fig, jasmine, orange blossom, bourbon vanilla, coffee, and patchouli. Those are the notes that are being presented to us via Fragrantica, okay? So, this voice in my head from TeraMichelle is like, be nice. And then opinionated is like, no. I love the thought and concept or the thought behind and the concept for Black Opium, but the coffee note was never strong enough for me. That was my problem with Black Opium. That floral component that's in its DNA, that's in all of the flankers except for like neon, doesn't really work for me because that's all you're left with. Everything else that draws you in that you like in the opening and the mid is gone by the dry down. So I tried Intense, was a joke. I tried Nuit Blanche. I tried Floral Shock. Again, the same problem I'm having with Illicit Green. This smells exactly like the rest of them. Listen, perfume houses, if anybody is from a perfume house and they're watching this, you don't need to change the packaging, change the color of the letters and the color of the glass and put the same thing in the bottle. We're already buying Black Opium. We really are. And if you're trying to revamp it, then just put it in a new limited edition bottle. People purchase bottles and packaging. But I just don't understand. I almost feel like at this point with the Black Opium line, with the exception of neon, because it really does veer off, that it's just repackaging and putting the same exact formula in the bottle. There is nothing different. And if there is something different, if they changed one little iota of anything, it didn't do enough to make this not be the original Black Opium. And there are people who are straining and straining and straining and saying, okay, there's a little bit of a difference. If you do them side by side, yes, there is. Again, not enough to need both. Not enough to even release this thing. It's so pointless. So my suggestion or my thoughts on Illicit Green, if you already have the original or any of the other flankers, you can skip this. It was absolutely pointless. Next up, we have another new release, and I've had this one for about a week. This is Dolce & Gabbana's Dolce Lily. I said I wasn't going to get this, but I got it for free. Points. I was already shopping for something else, and I just said, let me go ahead and snatch this up real quick. Why not? It's a new release. It's not a full bottle. Let's just do it. Let me go over the notes. Oh, this is so cute. Look at it. Look at this packaging. I love this. It's a square instead of the normal travel size circle. At the top, we have passion fruit, bergamot, and lemon. In the middle, we have lily and rose. And the base notes are musk, sandalwood, and vanilla. So that sounds yummy, actually. I don't know, why was I not going to get this? Probably just because I have enough in my Dolces. I don't know if this is good, if this is a camera shot right here, but my Dolces, I have 4. So 3 sprays. Y'all probably did not see that because y'all know I stay forgetting to show y'all the sprayer. But it's a really pretty sprayer. I like it. It's also a travel. Yo. Ooh. Pretty for the sake of being pretty. Okay. the passion fruit in this is amazing. The passion fruit, the bergamot, and the lemon. What a beautiful citrus opening. Wow. I really like this. I really like this. See? Dang it, man. Now I want it. I'm ridiculous. This is why I didn't want to get this, because I knew I was going to do this. Okay, so I like this one more than I like Shine. There's a mango note in Shine. Oh, which one do I have? Eau de Parfum. I'm about to break some stuff. Oh, Lord. How do I be having stuff stacked back here? Because there's a difference between the Eau de Parfum and... How am I can't see this. Who puts clear writing on it? Boy, I swear I cannot with people. This is the Eau de something. Come on. Parfum. Okay. So this is the EDP. That was really stressful. I like this. Now, I'm going to say that it's for 3 sprays on this stick. Because for me, a stick tends to eat up a citrus. The citrus is super potent on this. So I can only imagine on my skin, it's going to be fantastic. I'm a citrus girl. This is perfect for spring. If you love a good passion fruit note, this has a strong one. I really, really like this. The rose and the lily aren't doing too much. This isn't really, it's pulling slightly floral, more citrus. The dry down is supposed to be musk, sandalwood, and vanilla. Haven't gotten to that yet because, you know, I just sprayed it, but this gets my seal of approval so far. It's the first impressions. I'm going to wear this and come back and talk to you guys. I can't tell you how long it's going to be because I am in the middle of trying so many niche perfumes. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to try to find the time to play with this. But if you're looking for a pretty spring fragrance, I can imagine this is probably going to give you the same type of longevity as Shine or Peony or Rosé. Probably not Garden, because Garden is heavy and thicker than the rest of these. These are truly for spring. I find myself preferring Garden in the fall. So Dolce, Lily. And maybe the lily's going to come and stand out more, because this is the namesake. Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. I just, you know, I quit because I'm going to end up with a full bottle of that. It is what it is. Next up, we're going to be talking about a new niche fragrance house that the incomparable Pam Jordan just hipped me to. So basically, I put a community post up last week or about a week ago, and she invited me to an Instagram live of a gentleman named Trill Noel, who is the sole owner and perfumer of Xarmony Perfumes. So here is just a part of a sample packet that I got. And this is a little suitcase, if you can't tell. And then there's a tag on it with my name on it, like you would put on your luggage. This is just the most adorable thing I've ever seen. Love it. And it says, Xarmony, balance the chaos. And Xarmony, for those of you who can actually see this, yeah, it's spelled with an X. Like, that is just, come on. Everything about it is cute. While watching this live, I was so impressed by this young man. His curiosity, his sense of adventure, the way that he believes in his work and stands behind his work. His descriptions, his level of intelligence. He walks into the world of perfumery unapologetically himself and boldly arrogant with these fragrances. He is just not confined to a box. He's thinking outside of all of the shapes, not just the box, the circle, the cylinder, the triangle. It doesn't matter. He just wants to create what excites him and then give that to us. So you guys, I am going to put a picture of his information up here. If you have Instagram, follow him. Make sure you tell him who sent you. Forever and forever, I thank Pam Jordan for sending me his way, because I am really intrigued. So much so that during that first live, he gave so much information and explanation into the names, the reason he, you know, creates the way that he does. I was so intrigued. I got all 14, sent all 14 of his fragrances. in sample size so that I could test them, see what I like, and then I can move on to full bottles from there. So I am only going to talk to you guys about 3 of them today. I am going to start with the one that I think is going to be the most crowd pleasing fragrance when it comes to women and men who like this fragrance. I think all of his fragrances are unisex, but the most feminine of all of his fragrances is Ching Shih. So, I mean, these are just the little samples. It's not, I really hate showing samples like this because it's like, this is not what the real bottle looks like. But this is called Cing Shi. The notes are peach and cream, spiced rum, gunpowder, jasmine, vanilla, amber, and sea. Just SEA, like the sea, the ocean, something like that. He gives you a history of who she is. Like if you go to his website, I'm going to put it in my description box, but it's Xarmony with an X, of course, .net. The history behind who she was and what she meant and why he chose to use this fragrance as an embodiment of her. He intertwines anime and realistic history in his fragrances. I just think he's really cool. So let's talk about Cing Shi. I don't know if you could tell, but she's absolutely positively gone. Like it's a wrap on that one. So I love her. Now, let me tell you something. This is the highest oil concentration that he has in any of his creations. She's an extrait. So what I learned from him, because I didn't know this, was that the higher the oil concentration, the less projection you get. So the oil may make it last longer, especially on your skin. But because it's so heavy and it's doing the whole skin oil thing, it isn't going to permeate and waft as much, according to him. At least I think that's how he explained it. So because I reached out to him and I said, look, I can still smell her at the 9-hour mark. Not a problem. But she's closer to my skin. And he said he did that intentionally. He wants her to be his like bedroom scent. That is the fragrance that, invites you in, says come closer. So she's loud at first, like every fragrance. His openings are potent and strong and just, whoo, you're going to get it all. The first thing I smelled was like, it was peach, but it came across like tuberose to me. And so much so that when I sprayed it, when Alex walked into the room, he said, oh my God, that smells so good. And then he said, ooh, you don't like it, do you? Because it smells floral. And I said, see, so you picked that up too, because he knows I'm not a floral girl. But I said, no, I actually do like this. In a weird way, I feel like it smells like tuberose, but I don't remember seeing tuberose in this. And as I'm looking at the notes, clearly there's no tuberose. Then this peach comes through. And I said, you know what? I think that was just the rum, the peach, and the cream smacking me in the face in a way that I've never smelled before. After about 2 or 3 minutes, it starts to calm down on this floral vibe that I was getting. And it becomes more of the peach and cream. Now, I didn't pick up on rum at first. Now, when I gave her a full wear, baby, the booze hit me and it's so sexy. Oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful fragrance. So, but back to the first time that I smelled it, it transitioned more into a juicy peach, a juicy, bright peach. But they didn't stay long either. Like 2 to 3 minutes after that, I was into the peach fuzz and maybe like a leaf or something. If you're picking the peach directly from the tree, it was literally taking me through every step of it. I believe that I got whiffs of like the bark. In my head, it wasn't super woody, but it was just like, okay, this is the wood of the tree. This is any type of leaf, that's connecting the peach to the tree. This is the fuzz. This is the inside, the meat, the juice. I feel like I captured every part, or he captured every part of the experience of the peach. But you started off with the juiciness and then reverted back to like the fuzzy peach with a little bit of green. So I don't know how one does that. Like when I listen to him speak, he makes perfumery sound way more fun and exciting than I thought it was. And the creativity behind it is what excites me, because I am starting to get bored with the Yves Saint Laurents of the world. See, when you're going to repackage the same thing over and over again, it's going to turn me off. The reason I asked in my community tab for someone to give me a new up and coming niche house was because I want someone to surprise me. I want someone to put that love of perfume back into me, because it's just starting to get boring with everybody releasing something that smells like everything we've already smelled before. I feel like I found the house to just spark and pique my interest. So Cing Shi is beautiful, a beautiful boozy peach cream fragrance. I think that all women will love it. Men who like that vibe will love it too. It is very sexy for like a date night or for cuddling or for setting the mood. I wore her to work, and let me tell you, I ended up getting 2 compliments. So whenever you can stop your teenage daughter who walks around the house in the morning with her earbuds in, can't hear anything, is not paying attention to anything but, you know, getting up and getting out of the house, and she walks halfway down the steps and comes back up and says, "What is that? What are you wearing?" You won. You won. It doesn't matter if anybody else in the whole wide world says anything to you, you win. And parents will understand what I'm saying. They be in their own zone. They're not studying you enough to have them walk halfway down the set of long steps and come back up like, "What's that? Give it to me." And then when I showed her the sample was gone, she was upset. But I told her, "Don't worry, Mommy's going to have a full bottle. You still won't be wearing it, but, if you just want to know that it's in the house and that comforts you, I got you." Next up, I'm going to talk to you guys about the fragrance called Ironbend. The notes are aged cedar, wet earth, patchouli, lavender, carbon, citrus, earth, and rock. When I first smelled this, it smacked me in the face with construction. Like, I immediately went back to the 90s when we used to see them young, hot, sexy, well-built construction workers, half of them with their shirts off, but they all wore those white Dickie pants. Some of them had the white Dickie overalls, but those Dickie pants with those steel-toe construction boots, but I used to get lightheaded. I don't know how that was the sexiest uniform in the world to me, but ladies, drop it in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Woo, it's something about a hardworking man, right? So you get the wet earth. Absolutely, you get the wet earth. This isn't like mud though, because when I said wet earth and I was talking about it and my 7-year-old heard me, he goes, "You mean mud?" No, I mean like if you just are repotting plants and you have that rich, beautiful smelling soil and you just wet it a little bit, to get it started. It isn't overly saturated. Or if you're out, like I said, y'all know I love to be thinking about like the best, most pristine, untouched by human places on earth. That type of wet earth. I was like, this reminds me of like new construction on a building, not necessarily a house, because it's not about wood. It was in the opening, it was about like plaster, or when Alex smelled it, he said it smelled like wet drywall. And I was like, really? Or that doesn't really sound good. And he said, "Believe me, I pulled many a women when I was working construction." I said, "Oh, did you really?" And then that started a whole nother situation, but we're not gonna talk about that. But I do like it. It intrigues me. It is something I've never smelled before in a fragrance, but I can't place why someone would want to smell like that intentionally unless they're going to throw on some white Dickies, spray that on, and go out here and use that as their shtick to pretend they work construction to pull women. That would work quite well. So about 10-15 minutes later, this morphs into a sweet burning embers wood type of thing, and I'm assuming that's going to be the aged cedar. But it smelled like, so when Alex smelled the dry down, he said he's going to be barbecuing this weekend because of this. He was like, "That smells like barbecue." And so what he meant was, like when you light the fire, or if you're using wood chips like the cherry wood, that's what it smells like to me. And this one is, it's cleaner. It's sleeker. Somehow it's sexier than By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela Replica, because there's no marshmallow to try to feminize it. This is a man's fragrance for me. And I could wear it and I would smell great. The dry down of this is stunning. It's actually very, very sexy to me. It's very enticing and intoxicating. So you go on a trip and an adventure in the opening, something fun, and I think would work very well on a man. Then it transitions into something that becomes truly unisex to me, because I could wear this if I wanted to, but I don't wear by the fireplace either. However, the burning embers part is subdued in this one. It's cleaner, more refined, sleeker than Replica. Replica's too, I can't do by the fireplace. It's too chaotic for me. It's too realistically, I'm on fire. Where this is, I'm sitting in front of the perfect fire in the fireplace. I know I'm safe. I know I'm not on fire. And this is what, you know, fire should smell like. This is beautiful. Last but not least, we're going to talk about Spartacus, but I do want to let you guys know that Alex and I have not given a full wear to Ironbend yet. We did spray it on our wrists. I sprayed it on the stick first, then sprayed it on each of our wrists just so we could experience it on skin. The longevity, listen, we went to sleep because this was probably whatever time that live was that night, maybe 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, who knows. I got up the next morning and we could both still smell it on us. And then Alex could still smell it when he got off of work because he had already been in the shower for the night. So it was still on his wrist when he came home. So we're talking, let's just say it was 11 at the latest. When he came home at 3:30 p.m. the next day, it was still there. So I think the longevity on Ironbend is going to be pretty fantastic. Now, I'll probably be talking about, well, I have 14 samples to get through, and this is only 3 today. So I will be talking about Xarmony. As I wear them, I will follow up with you, but I don't think longevity and projection are going to be an issue with any of the rest of these fragrances. And it's not even an issue with Ching Shih per se, because he created it to be a bedroom scent. So it is not supposed to permeate for 27 hours. So anyway, to Spartacus. Let me give you guys the notes. We have Roman Colosseum. That's the note, guys. Look. Roman Colosseum, Blood Cedar Wood, Damascus Rose, Italian Earth. Okay? Because Italians do it differently. Y'all better know. Rose Otto, Grass, and Peppermint. So, listen, I have Spartacus over here on this stick, but yo, I'm spraying this joker again because I just live. Oh my gosh. I don't know who I am. This guy, this Xarmony Perfume guy, this Trill Noel is just becoming slowly one of my favorite people on the planet. If for no other reason than he has given me a reason to love perfume again. Not that I stopped loving it like literally, but I was getting bored. And I'm sure some of you could tell in my videos when I'm just like, this smells like 20 other things I have. You know, it just was, you know, and I was just like, this is why I'm going to dwindle down to 20. I'm over it. Like it was just starting to weigh heavy on me. Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay. The Roman Colosseum part, it smells like concrete to me. It smells like an old building. Like if you went, now I don't want to say to fresh, not rubble, but if you went to a ruined, but that didn't smell like, you know, maybe how it would smell if you took one of those, like there was a building, y'all cleared the building out of all the furniture and stuff, and you took one of those balls, those I came in like a rat. What was Miley Cyrus, that wrecking ball thing? You took one of the wrecking. Why is that what popped into my head? You took a wrecking ball, you smashed half of the building, went to lunch, and I came in to wander around in the beginning of the rubble, like just to look at what once was, where that building, when they say if the walls could talk, this is what they would say. This is what they would smell like. And that is enticing to me. How or why? Like, I don't like fresh paint, no, but like paint that's almost getting ready to dry, I like that smell. I like gasoline, a small amount, like far away. I don't want it on me, but it doesn't stink to me. I love the smell of fresh cut grass. Like I love the smell of fresh chopped wood. Like I like those things. I really got to be careful to tell you. I do not actually like the smell of gasoline, but it doesn't stink to me if I'm like a mile away and it carries down on the wind. But it does. It smells like the chalkiness of the rocks being broken. Maybe that's a better way to put this. I just got to close my eyes and get guys. I get lost. So far, I get lost in what he has created. My nose is so excited to be like, what's that? What's that? This is not your normal, average, run-of-the-mill, like nothing. I've never smelled anything like this before. And it's not feminine. And again, I can't imagine where I would wear it to work, because I'm going to. But the cedar wood in this is a very sexy, bold, masculine cedar wood, but it is softened by the peppermint, the rose, the earth. This smells to me like a caveman who had manners. He didn't hit you over your head and steal you from his neighbor. He was like, hey, I like you. Can I get to know you? Took walks with you during the pristine earth back then, before there was pollution. Used his bare hands to take each individual rock and build y'all something nice. Maybe he was the one that carved the first stone into a wheel so he could build y'all house faster. This gives me what I feel like Barney and Fred Flintstone, their houses would have smelled like. This gives me pebble and bedrock. And man, I just, not male, but I was just saying like, oh man, I really like this. I'm really intrigued by this. And the peppermint in this, it's not that, it doesn't smell like an essential oil peppermint to me, and it doesn't smell like a candy peppermint to me. It smells like if a peppermint leaf, like wherever peppermint actually comes from, if this was coming from the ground and I was there, everything about this smells realistic, from the earth, from the land, untouched, unpolluted by man. And I know full well that all of this, well, I don't know where these oils are coming from, but it's definitely processed in some manner. So the fact that you could come across so realistic, listen, guys, I almost don't want to even try to explain these perfumes. I almost would love to have a bunch of y'all hit me up and say, hey, we got our Xarmony samples. We about to try them. Let's meet up on a Friday on a live, and let's just go. Let's all experience them together and talk about everything that we smell. This is the level of excitement I have because of this perfume house. And I have a bunch of other niche things coming to me. There are some people, who found out that I found out about him and were like, well, let me send you my stuff too. He's not the only one. Hey, I'm here for it. Send it to me. Let me know. There are some other people who are recommended to me that I went and purchased some stuff from myself. I do understand the draw of niche, and I'm intrigued. But again, don't look for me to turn away or turn my nose up to celebrity and designer. I'm not that person. But I can be all inclusive for sure. So guys, Spartacus then turns into this beautiful, like, luxury. Okay, listen to me. Follow me here. This is a clean fragrance without being soapy. It smells like a luxurious bar of soap to me that would be akin to smelling like an Irish Spring or a, what's the other one? Zest, but better. Not harsh chemically like Zest. Because have you wore the film that Zest and Irish Spring? I could never bathe in those now. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? But I love the smell of them. That after smell, once you've washed them away and the soap film and all that is done, that type of minty vibe inside the most luxurious soap you could ever smell, but the bar's dry. It is not the lathery. I hate soapy perfumes. This is just clean mint. The mid and dry down of this is beyond exquisite to me. It is something that is so zen and so calming. And it's that peppermint, man. I don't know. Again, I think that this is probably more so for a man, but I'm going to wear this. I know anybody who's truly from the Terra Squad probably just fainted a little bit, because y'all know I'm not a masculine fragrance wearer. But the opening of this, I don't understand how the opening fits with a woman. But because I can spray this on early in the morning, like I can spray this on up to 30 minutes before I leave the house. By the time I get to work, I smell like a clean peppermint bar of soap with, more to it. I quit. I'm done. I am here for the person that can create a fragrance that flusters me, that gets me tripped up and trying to explain it. That's exciting for me. And I'm very appreciative about the newfound excitement and joy that I have in testing perfumes. So again, the next few videos from me, quite a few actually, are going to be me testing a bunch of different niche fragrances and letting you guys know what I love and what I don't. So if you have a niche house and you want to send me something, my address is in the description box. That's totally fine. If you're still here, please click the like button. Also subscribe to my channel, subscribe to the Terra Squad, and select the notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. Guys, I need you to tell me if you know about Xarmony Perfumes, if you've ever heard about them. Please, if you're in the Terra Squad and you're on Instagram, go and follow him on Instagram, Trill Noel. Again, I'll put his information up. I also put his information in the description box. At least listen to one or two of his lives. I tell you, you're going to learn something. Whether you're learning about anime, you're learning about history, or you're learning about perfumery, you're going to learn something. Let's get excited for these new niche houses. As always, I want to talk to you guys in the comments. And until then, bye.